Hi, my name is LaCoya Fullenwater, and I'm here to present my presentation on interpersonal communications for Liberty University for HSCO 508. Introduction. Interpersonal communication is defined as the communication that happens when people involved talk and listen in ways that maximize their skills. I believe that interpersonal communication is a learned behavior that each can apply to build relationships. Effective communication is a process of listening and understanding what it is that is being communicated. Overarching goals. My goal is to be able to communicate effectively while being able to use the techniques of empathetic listening. I want to be able to connect with individuals on a deeper level, all while being able to control the internal noise pollutions around me. Effective communication can be defined as a two-way process to involving ways that we send and receive messages by simply taking the time to listen and be aware of nonverbal cues. Doing so can lead to your increase of understanding with consideration of how the other person might receive what it is that you are communicating. Speaking clearly can help avoid misunderstandings that can lead to possible conflicts. Following the guidelines of effective communication can help in connecting with individuals on a deeper level. Empathetic listening allows the ability to imagine what it is that someone else is feeling. Listening to understand instead of looking to respond allows you to not only hear what is being communicated, but to actually understand what it is that is being delivered. By taking it a step further and actively listening, avoiding distractions with a clear mind to be able to receive what it is that is being said. Another way to effectively communicate is to control internal noise pollutions that hinder the lines of communication, such as physical fatigue or emotional stress. Backgrounds and behavior blends. I am a 27-year-old African American female raised in a two-parent household with myself, mother, father, and twin sisters. I was brought up in a Baptist church where my paternal grandmother is a minister. My parents were very overprotective of myself and my siblings, but they made sure that we understood the importance of being independent because they didn't want us to depend on anyone for anything, especially if we could get up and do it ourselves. I am a new wife. I married my college sweetheart on June 23rd, 2018. I am a student with a bachelor's in social work, and I plan on going back to receive my master's in social work very soon because with my master's degree, I am able to reach my goal of being a high school social worker to be able to assist these children from every aspect before being released into the world around them. I'm teaching them the skills that will prepare them for what it is to come. Behavior blends. According to the Uniquely You chart, what is expected of me? I have high levels of S and C. With this, I have been perceived by individuals that I encounter that I feel people expect me to be submissive, balanced, steady, stable, reserved, a follower, sweet, and content, because I tend to be very passive and withdrawn rather than outgoing. I am more shyer than others, but I am not antisocial. I like to get to know people more on an individual level because I don't seek to be the center of attention. I also want to do things right the first time rather than having to go back to do it again the second time. I am expected to be assertive unless people are trying to do something wrong that I do not entirely agree with. More people like me, but I am not the one who wants to be popular because I am just humble, quiet, and complacent. This is me. This is me talks about who I am versus what people think I am. Both charts are somewhat similar. I still have high levels of S and C's, but I also have high levels of I. I am very passive and active with a strong personality, with people skills, and I am outgoing but reserved. I can be both the life of the party or a quiet spectator. I don't have to be in charge because I prefer peace and harmony. This hits home for me because all of this is true. I am caring, avoidant, resolving because I do tend to hide my opinions until someone has pushed me to the edge. I am most of the time happy, but I do have my days. I view myself as friendly, but to a certain extent, because I'm very cautious. So this is a little more about me, and I'm so pleased that I had the opportunity to use the uniquely you techniques because it allowed me to look at myself a little further and gain a real understanding of myself. Communication barriers. With internal noise pollution, I have learned to avoid overloading. I must instead find a balance between all the different roles that I have. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled left to right and barely know what directions I'm heading. And when it comes to engaging in conversations, I tend to be very distracted. I may start thinking of other things and fail to hear what it is that is being communicated. According to the text, if I try to repeat back what is being expressed, that will keep me focused. Build constructive conversations are in asking questions for clarity because you sometimes become distracted when you don't quite understand. If I use the suggestions provided from the text, I will then break learned behaviors and gain new positive behaviors. Empathetic listening can be demonstrated by showing warmth and being genuine during a conversation with another. This is consideration and other ways of listening and responding to another person that improves mutual understanding and trust. Making direct eye contact and merely taking the time out to actively listen to what it is being communicated and understand what is being taught as well. According to the text by Peterson, if I use paraphrasing techniques to explain, I can talk back to the person in which I am conversing with what I heard. I feel paraphrasing techniques will allow me to break the barriers and become a better communicator. Resources and strategies. Empathy, genuine, and warmth are helpful concepts to helping me overcome barriers. Demonstrating empathy allows me to be my true self and also shows the client that I am concerned and I am actively listening. Being polite and listening to understand rather than listening to respond is a part of being genuine. This will allow me to break the barriers that have hindered me from effectively communicating. Warmth allows me to be more personable and build relationships to gain a mutual understanding of the other person. Strategies that I would use is taking time by focusing on the person's point of view at the time of the established connection. Him and Hall. I wouldn't take on their problems to simply support the individual by providing options for their current situation. Fine-tuning. I will use the least amount of authority necessary by demonstrating understanding, but keeping in mind that the goal is to encourage productive change. Action plans. I want to be able to utilize the TLC, Talk, Listen card. When it comes to communicating effectively, the TLC helps to provide clarity for greater understanding. I want to eliminate barriers such as saying, I understand, instead of being honest and saying, I need clarity. I want to not only be able to listen without agreeing, but to listen without disagreeing as well. This will allow me to fully hear what the other person is trying to communicate and understand to be able to deliver it back to the person in front of me. Remember, I want to always stay neutral. I don't have to always agree with the person that is talking because sometimes I become distracted when I don't agree with the conversation. This goes back to empathetic listening and focusing on the talker in a way that helps them share their thinking and feelings that help build relationships. Conclusion. I have really enjoyed this project as I have learned so much about communication and my communication style as well. I want to do what needs to be done so that I can be a more effective communicator. I know that if I utilize these skills, I would then become a better communicator and be able to speak with confidence and actively listen while someone is talking to me. Thanks for this fabulous opportunity, and I am forever grateful. Thank you.